For Murder is based on the Alfred Hitchcock film, which is based on the play Dial M for Murder by Frederick Knott, which I did not know that it was a play and then a movie, and now it's play again. And this is an updated version of the script, but the story is basically about a couple, Margot and Tony Wendis, who are living in London in 1952, and their marriage is interesting. There's an affair. I don't want to give too much away, but there's an affair and a plot for murder that follows immediately after. So there's a lot of suspense, a lot of twists and turns, and interesting relationships as we get to meet the lover of Margot, and a lot of interpersonal drama and chaos and distrust. It's really fun. This version of the play is by Jeffrey Hatcher. It came out in, I believe, 2022, and is really just starting to hit the community and regional theater circuit in a big way. It's a great script. There are some modern adjustments to the way that people speak to each other, and the sort of pace at which people speak in this play is something that I think is really cool. It's set in the 50s, but there are a lot of modern sensibilities to the relationship that these people have with each other. And again, the pacing of the show. I have directed a fair number of adaptations. I've done Calendar Girls, A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum, Murder on the Orient Express, and SpongeBob, which was adapted from a cartoon. And usually when I am working on a show like that, I actually just stay away from the source material. So I haven't seen Dial M for Murder, the movie, yet. I really just wanted to kind of jump into what this version looks like and use the text. And the text is really, really well done. So it's all kind of in there. We didn't have to go searching for how to make this look like every other version of this we've ever seen. While I have not seen the movie Dial M for Murder, I have seen a lot of other Hitchcock films, and I think the thing that is the most exciting about this play is the suspense. It's not a mystery. We know right out the gate who the bad guy is. And so we don't have to, as viewers, kind of try to piece things together because it's all right there. But that's what makes it so fun, is that you know what the plot was. You know about the revenge and the murder and the intrigue and all of that, and you're watching someone cover their tracks. And so we've really been trying to honor Hitchcock in bringing that suspense to life. I'm really interested in making people feel slightly uncomfortable because there's a looming figure in the background. You know, we're looking at how shadows work and what makes you nervous. You know, I think there are ways that we're staging this show that, you know, sometimes you're taught, don't ever have your back to the audience, right? And like in this one, it's, no, we want to see, you know, them looking off into the distance. So it's a lot of that. It's a lot of like creating pictures that are interesting and letting moments just sit a little bit longer than feels comfortable. I am so excited for people to come see this cast. I actually was not originally directing the show, and I want to shout out Kevin Whalen, who is the original director of the piece and had to step away, but he cast the show. And so when I came into it, you know, they were already kind of working on this. And I was so excited because I have worked with a lot of these actors. We've got Libby Bakke, Bryce Kyle, Ian Sorensen, and Ryan Costello. I've worked with all four of them in different shows. And so I knew how we would work together and what I could expect from them. And then Carly Tillman, I haven't ever directed her before, but I've seen her work, and I was so excited for this cast. And so I cannot take a whole lot of credit for the incredible acting performances that people are going to see with this, but I can tell you that what's most exciting to me is that so many of these actors are often thought of on our stage as being these incredible comedic actors. And this show's not funny that way. I mean, there are definitely funny human moments in it, but you will see a different side of these actors than you've ever seen on our stage before. And that's really exciting to see someone who you haven't seen be scary before, be scary. And so I think, my job was really just to create an environment where we could play a little bit and try things that maybe we haven't had an opportunity to try before. One of the things I'm really excited about with Dial M and how we are creating this environment is that we're doing a lot of practical stuff. So it rains in the show, for example, and there's a doorbell that, we're really ringing the doorbell. And little things like that, I think, are really important to making you feel like you are just in this living room with these people kind of as a fly on the wall. We're really playing with living in a very realistic world, which is so far from the last show that I directed that it's like insane. But it's been really cool to play again with the look that we want of the shadows and how they fall, or the fact that there's an interview that you hear from a radio interview that's happening, and that is playing through the entire scene underneath, from their bedroom. Things like that I think will really set the tone and set the experience for the audience member. Again, just sort of feeling like they're watching something they shouldn't be. There are some really interesting moments where you see characters sort of transform and lie right in the moment. You like to be able to see the thought process of someone who is on the verge of getting caught and having to think on the spot is really fascinating, I think. Watching people have realizations in the moment about what they thought they knew and what's actually happening is really a lot of fun. There is a murder that happens, and so staging that has been a lot of fun and scary also, because obviously we want to do it really safely, but we really want people to feel that this is an intense, intentional, truthful, terrifying moment, and it's a lot of fun.